It's been my perception for some time that the issue of security is more significant in the Asian markets. Now, there are probably a lot of things that influence that, but if you compare, and this is actually a graphic from the second quarter 2016 IT threat evolution report from Kaspersky, and it's basically showing the distribution, and this is attacks, so we need to put that in the, I don't want to misuse the data here. This is showing attacks against devices, but US significantly better relative to, say, India and China. Now, it's been my impression that part of that is because the prominence of the third-party app markets that allows that type of activity to take place or facilitates it more.
Okay.
I could be completely wrong about that, but that's been my impression. And so that's why at least the notion of being able to register the app stores and at least have a little closer eye on it would be helpful. And perhaps it's not, but
no, that's a good point. And I'm trying to distinguish the two in my mind is what's different about an illicit market for something like on the dark web as opposed to an app store. And I think part of the app store problem is that it's very easy to add more malware to the app store in an automated fashion and poison it very quickly. And it only takes one person to do that, and it takes an entire team of app store developers and support folks to keep cleaning up that market.
Right.
It's a little bit harder, I think,
true,
in a market where you're dealing with individuals as opposed to maybe it's the same. Maybe I'm overstating it.
You may be right. That's a contributing factor. Again, this is not a scientific study. I try to point out where it's partly my impression here, and your point is absolutely right. My personal impression, there certainly are security analysts associated with looking at the apps and validating them. I think the review space or that having the customer feedback is an important aspect of it as well. Okay. And because if the complaints start going up, I think it's a mechanism that can be used. I don't know to what extent it is. So, perfectly valid points. I don't think it's a conclusive point here.
Well, and one of the issues with China in particular, since the Google App Store isn't available there, is, for those of you who've used an Android device, if you don't, if you want to load something from a third-party app store, you have to go click on the allow third-party whatever. But once you do that, then it is much easier for malware to install additional apps on your device in the background. And, so that probably is also contributing to the, China here being in red on that graphic that you've got up.
A very good point. Yes, absolutely. If you go in and turn security off feature off.
It's off. It doesn't prompt you every time, which it probably should.
It's off. Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah. Okay.
Japan's doing really good though. That's my observation.
Doing pretty well. Yeah, they're in the green here, and considering it's not exactly a small population per capita, it's very large. One of the other aspects of this, by the way, is I'm not sure that this has been normalized for population, or the population of devices. I think they're just counting here and then using that as a reference point. So, that's obviously a factor to be considered.